Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Thursday Night SVSU Rocket League Esports. We actually are at the national competition right now. We're gonna be watching 2 out of our 3 teams, but all 3 of our teams have made it into this competition. We have our A team making it as 2nd seed, our B team as 12th seed,
Yep.
and then our C team as 16th seed. We're going to be spectating our A team first as the 2nd seed, facing University of West Virginia Tech.
Yeah, and we have a very exciting night. We thought we were done with Rocket League this year, but we're glad to be back here streaming on a Thursday again this year. And it has just been one busy year for Rocket League in a great way. And yeah, we're just waiting for them to get into the game here.
It has.
Yeah, it's been exciting. Yeah, all 3 for Rocket League teams out of the 3 we have making it to nationals, which is also another first for SVSU Rocket League and the esports program here in general. So very exciting times to be casting this stuff, Thomas. You know?
Yeah, exciting times. It's like Christmas in April for me, honestly. I was so excited to find out that even one of our teams made nationals. I was really hoping that SVSU Red was going to make nationals after winning the championship in the fall semester and doing decently well enough in Division 3 in the in the winter semester. And I would like to preface that we are playing in the Division 4 nationals, and that is why SVSU is ranked 2nd seed. We're not 2nd seed of 3rd division. That would be honestly insane.
That would be, but yeah, it's kind of been a roller coaster season for A team in that way. You know, you go from winning the championship in Division 4, getting bumped up to Division 3, and really just losing so many heartbreaking games in a Game 5 fashion most weeks, as we witnessed. But yeah, now being able to do nationals in Division 4, kind of back in their own bracket in terms of their own kind of skill set, where they're able to win a championship. So, you know, who knows what will happen here. But yeah, it'll be very exciting to see that. Yeah, B team getting in with the 12th seed too.
Division 6.
Division 6, yep. And I believe they actually already started at 7:45, if I'm not mistaken.
They did start at 7:45, yes.
So we just are not streaming that one. So, and then C team, though, with the 16th seed just squeaking in as well. So that would be fun to watch too.
Important thing to mention is if any of these 3 teams win one of these matches tonight, then they are going to be playing a 2nd match tonight, making this doubleheader fashion. And if they win both of these matches tonight, then they will be playing again next Thursday in the semifinals.
Yeah, so hopefully we get to see multiple games for multiple teams tonight, right? So, yeah, and then we'll be back for next Thursday to keep it going, if that is the case. So
that would be awesome, an absolute dream come true.
Still waiting for it. I don't believe we actually ever streamed this late into a semester before.
I do not believe so.
It is the weekend coming up here before finals.
Right, finals coming up next weekend. We've got everybody joining up. The matches should be getting started soon, but it's exciting to be streaming this late into the season. I mean, the Rocket League season has outlived the Red Wings season officially.
Don't remind me, man.
Hey, we got the NFL draft. We've got the NFL draft coming up.
Yeah,
and the NHL draft.
Well, that's
one's a little ways away. Yeah, but yes. NFL is like next week, isn't it?
I don't know. It's a great question.
It's quite soon. Anyway, back to Rocket League.
Yes, getting into it here. You have your A team of Cam, Bobby, and Near.
Near, Camo, and Bobby.
Oh yeah.
There's a little correction. Yep. You put Near in there twice.
I did.
As an old alias.
Oh, and Jaro scores right off the get-go here from University of West Virginia Tech.
Interesting to see what's going on here. I believe he bumped Camo off that back wall. Camo jumped to make that save, and then Jaro, protecting the ball, used his flip to actually bump Camo out of the way as opposed to getting an actual shot. That almost looks like it might be an intentional kickoff play. We saw Fargo with a little bit of a team bump there. Bobby's going to be bringing it up the midfield. Does he have a challenger? He does not have a challenger, but he's out of boost.
Might be able to get that second hit, but Fargo was there to break it up, bring it the other way. Near coming back in, though.
Interception. We have a double commit going up, and Near's getting bumped in the corner. Camo sending it back in. Have a little bit of a stall ball here in the University of West Virginia corner. We'll see what can happen with it. Pops up. We're going to look for third man Bobby. Bobby going for a double. Dribble. Scores!
Near
getting a last little touch on the end, but Bobby getting a triple tap in the first minute of the game. Look at double, triple, right on the goal line. Definitely, it is sitting there. It's like it's rolling in. As University of West Virginia, I'd be like, I don't know. I mean, it's very savable, but that's why Near had to go crashing for it.
Jaro now hitting it into the zone.
A pop up from Jaro is going to be received backwards towards Camo or Near. Hard to tell. Bobby going to be missing that
missing
one.
that one, yeah.
Heading over to the SVSU corner is going to be met by, I believe, Bobby again, meeting Fargo. Camo
now.
pass over.
Oh,
That might be a shot.
Score!
Camo. SVSU takes their first lead. We have 3 minutes 55 seconds to go.
yeah, I don't know who that one player was right there, but probably was a passing play, but it still works out in SVSU's favor as that camo pass is still on net, and it goes right in. 2-1.
Yeah, it caught University of West Virginia in such an awkward position of trying to rotate, but at the same time, you know, you're having a lot of times you expect that to hit the post. That looked like it was going to hit the post. It went off sidewall, and now all of a sudden it's 2-1, moving back into the game. We have Fargo meeting here, trying to get it past the second man. It is past last man, but he's going to get a catch and go to corner. Probably going to go for a fake challenge back into the mid. Pass over to Munier.
Cleared away by SVSU. Bobby going up to go with it. But
Yeah, he was trying to get a little bit of a flick on, but wasn't able to get it moved forward.
Near. Saved by Fargo.
There's a pass
Bobby
over to
again.
Bobby. He's waiting to see what happens here. Gets a low ball. Going to be popped back up by a West Virginia player. Going back towards the SVSU corner. Should be a pretty free catch. Get a full boost. Tries to get it past first man. Fargo is able to beat that 50. And it gets past your third man, but it's heading towards back wall. And a very good touch by I believe, Fargo or Jaro.
There's camo now. Gets broken up by West Virginia. They're trying to go for one now. Broken up, hits
Off the post.
crossbar.
You hear the noise. Saved by Camo.
What a save by Camo. What a way to be in this
Yeah,
position.
Camo honestly knew, I mean, you got to give credit. It looks like Camo knew exactly where that ball was going to go.
Exactly. Fully playing the shot here, and SCSU's back on the offense.
Now we see this game has sped up a little bit in the last 10 seconds. You know, we were almost playing at the speed of a twos match. Everybody was being allowed time in the air and everything. Now all of a sudden we've got the speed of threes. We've got some back-to-back 50s meeting in the fast ball on the wall. This is the speed we're looking for.
Yeah.
See, I believe Fargo is able to make that save. Pass to the
Camo.
mid is going to be met by a West Virginia player first. This goes back into the mid. This is dangerous. SVSU's caught on the rotation with low boost. We'll see what they can do.
Wasn't able to get that either. Now it's cleared away. Or at least tried to here by SVSU. Trying to go up the right side.
Camo with a couple quick dashes to get some speed. Heading towards the goal line. Looking for a bump. Doesn't quite get it.
Bobby reads it. It's going to be dropping right in front of the net.
And it's
it
an
goes
own
in!
goal.
Bobby with the goal from the error there from West Virginia.
Yeah, Bobby bouncing that one backwards, and then just an own goal from Fargo, I believe.
Yeah, he probably was trying just to bump it up above the net, hit the wall, and bounce back. But I don't know. It didn't happen, and it goes in for Bobby. And
It's definitely an awkward play because you know that if leaving a golden opportunity like that right in front of the goal with an awkward save
save
like
by
that,
Fargo.
Great wall save from Fargo. As I was saying, leaving a golden opportunity like that, just bouncing in front of the goal, you're almost guaranteed that they're going to score on you, especially with how awkward you are to make that save. And so I don't believe that Fargo was in the wrong for trying to make that play to bounce it off the crossbar.
Oh no, definitely not. But regardless, it still goes in for Bobby, and that's his goal now.
We see a little bit of a miss, turning into a pinch passing play saved
Saved
by Camo.
by Camo
That could have
again.
been very dangerous.
Camo again, just in the right spot when he needs to
Fargo
be.
doesn't get the flip reset. Jaro sending it back in, gonna go for a 50 with Camo, doesn't get the 50. Pass over to Bobby. Bobby abandoning it, leaving it off the back wall.
And when there for SVSU.
Over to mid, Bobby's got no boost, leaving it for Near. I forget how similar Near and Bobby's cars are. Near with a shot, saved by Jaro. Played a bounce in the corner. We got a 50 between Camo and West Virginia. Bouncing over to the goal, Bobby gets demoed. This is awkward, having to go through the fog of war.
I was gonna say, yeah, Near probably would not have been able to defend a shot there, but it never came.
Fargo off the back wall, gets it past the shooter, just barely getting enough of a touch. We see Fargo and Bobby fighting for it in the corner.
If Bobby didn't get that boost, he was
Near
looking
gets
for
it over,
That
just
might
a
be
little
going
slow
in.
roller. It's gonna be saved.
It's not close enough. Here comes the third man for SVSU.
Entering the
Camo.
last 30 minutes of the match, and it's been a bit of a stall here in the middle. We'll see what can go on. Pass off the back wall. Too hard for any West Virginia defender to get an effective shot. During the last 10 seconds here, and we'll see what's going on. Unless a goal gets scored quickly, SVSU is looking like they are going to be taking game one. And there's my silence as I watched Caster Curse almost develop right in front of my very eyes. But as I just said, SVSU takes a series lead of 1-0 so far.
Winning a pretty good 3-1 there. Honestly, pretty even game, which is SVSU. You can tell they had a lot more offensive pressure, and in that one error, I feel like from West Virginia really kind of stealed the game for them. You know, it's so hard to come back from a 2-goal deficit than a 1-goal deficit. You know, knowing that you need 1 goal to tie it up is a lot easier than 2 to tie it up and maybe that third to bring it back.
I always say
But
2-goal deficits are the best, and they're the best and worst to work with because you got 2 goals, you got some cushion room. At the same time, it can lead you to get a little too comfortable, cause you to let up some silly goals. I've seen 2-goal leads disappear quicker than anything, honestly. 2-goal
exactly.
leads are extremely dangerous, but it also creates a huge mental block on the losing team because you're like, shoot, we're 2 goals down. That's a lot of progress you've got to try and make up in just a few minutes. And then you think you've got to score 3 if you want to win, and there's no tying in Rocket League. So,
yeah. Should also mention too, these are still best of 5 game series here. So SVSU up by 1, obviously, but eventually I think for the semis and the finals they go to a 7-game series. Don't know when, but for tonight, any game we're going to be seeing is still a best of 5.
yes, I believe it's going to be your regular playoff format.
Yeah, I'm eating this one.
A little bit of a 50, kind of an awkward ball, wasn't able to get the touch on it. Does get it past that man. It's going to be bouncing down. Bobby playing it safe. Definitely can't blame that. Making sure that there was a last man on rotation for something like this.
Fargo. Fargo.
Very tight angle to find on the double tap. You've got to give credit there.
Yeah, what an incredible goal from Fargo.
Pass, a great pass from Jaro. Great. What a tight angle.
You can't even blame Camo. Like, there's nothing that you can do against that, really. You're not preparing from a shot from that angle, from that high up from a double tap, too. So it's
You see University of West Virginia taking another quick 1-0 lead, just like last game.
yeah, pretty much, coming off a kickoff, too. Well, not really, but
At least, yeah, well, but West Virginia, I will say that kickoff play in the first match did kind of seem like they practiced it. We might have a shot here. Saved by Fargo, sent back in, near, off the corner.
broken up by Mune.
Mune meeting with no boost, getting a ghost touch. Unfortunate. Brings me back over.
Near, but Camo
Saved by
saved it.
Camo.
Oh, no.
That's just how it goes sometimes. Camo looking for a bump, doesn't quite get it. It's going to be sent back towards Fargo. This could be a really good opportunity. Mune sending a pass back over, going to pass back down towards Fargo. Don't know where the B came from.
The silent B.
Yeah, there's a silent
Camo.
beam.
For Bobby
Lots
now.
of tight angle shots today. Bobby going to be able to go for an air dribble attempt here. We'll see if he can regain it. Got a little too far to the left on that first touch and had to try and make it back up to get it towards the middle for a possible shot.
Camo
But
with the
gonna
shot.
be cleared by Mune, sent over to Jaro. Looks like they've got their passing plays set up pretty well. Camo. Off the back wall. Who
Kinda
can
had to
follow
pop it
up? Yeah. Here's going to be on the back foot. Here we see Jaro demoing near. Mune coming back in. Pass with Jaro. Fargo's shot off the corner.
Going wide. It's like they double commit on the shot there, so who knows where that shot was going to go.
Right.
Save.
We see a stall ball here.
Oh, and a demo, and that leads to the goal from Jaro. 2-0 West Virginia. Yeah, just good 50 there. And,
Yeah, the 50 is definitely what created that play.
Bobby getting demoed there, too. Not having anyone on that defensive line just leaves the net wide open. And it's 2-0 West Virginia, just like that.
Really run-of-the-mill kickoff. We're going to see Camo, a little bit of a hesitation. Flip reset. Doesn't get it over. Gets that flip reset just a little too late, and Mune is able to challenge. See another pass.
Fargo scores. Just like the first one.
And then I'm wondering what's going on with SVSU a little here. Maybe the game 1 win got them overconfident. They played very, very well in game 1, but it seems they've slowed down a little bit.
I'm surprised no one's able to get that one. But, right off the kickoff, like you're saying, West Virginia probably did practice the kickoff goals quite a bit. We've seen 2 now out of the 4 they've scored total in games 1 and 2 so far.
And there's one thing to notice. It's that SVSU has kind of consistently scored.
Camo.
Breaks the shutout.
Exactly what they needed right here. Halfway through the game, you definitely need a goal here just to get your head back in the game. Nice recognition, too, just to throw that one on net, too, by Camo.
Right, no flip, just let the ball bounce off the car. But yeah, as I was saying, SVSU has fairly consistently had troubles with kickoff goals. A lot of times, if they can make it past the kickoff, they'll be golden and maybe it'll take a minute or 2, but they can score.
Speaking of which, Mune scores.
There had to be a bump here.
I'm pretty sure there was. This shot was also going pretty wide, so let's find out.
No, it was just a quick roller. Interesting.
And Near and Bobby, I believe one of them was going for the corner boost, so I don't believe anyone's in position. And that's what happens when you clear the ball sometimes. You try and throw it on net, and that one was just barely able to go in. hitting the post there, as you see. But at 4-1, West Virginia. He's trying to clear his near.
Gonna be sent over to Fargo. Fargo's gonna send it back around, looking for a pass down over. Gets it off that back wall. Could have been a very dangerous and extremely hard to defend shot. Getting a little bit of a bump.
Near. Oh, it's almost in, but it rolls out. You gotta be kidding me.
In.
Oh man, Near's gotta be angry at that one.
I've never seen a goal so close to being scored before.
It's like it suddenly got backspin and started, scooching out of there.
Near gets it past one, but gets bumped away. We're going to see Bobby with a 50. Unfortunately, not able to get the goal there. Fargo sending it forward into the SVSU corner and gets a couple dashes.
Near does not have boost, but able to get that 50 in that clear.
Playing a lot of tennis here, some back and forth. Camo not having a lot of boost for the challenge. Near's going to make a challenge. See what he can do here. Bobby.
Ooh. Yeah, just sends it wide. Would have been a really good misdirection play there.
Yeah, many close opportunities here from SVSU.
Oh,
redirecting back into the goal. That's
very scores.
Very unfortunate.
West Virginia 5-1. Dominant game from West Virginia so far. Yeah,
that's a touch of all time. I have no idea to say how that happened, but that is a touch of all time.
I can't even analyze that one. It's just kind of a bizarre touch, and you really feel for Bobby. He's probably, wanting to do some heinous things to the desk in the esports room, probably, in terms of destroying it.
Oh, yeah. Jaro getting a pass here to the midfield to Fargo. Cam with a bump away from Fargo. We see a bit of a double commit here from the SVSU side. A flip reset from Jaro. Bouncing it off the bottom of his car to the wall. A little patty cake action. Demo on Bobby.
Too. Man, I gotta wonder right now how the whole SVSU A team is feeling right now. They're probably pretty down themselves on this one here. Definitely. Obviously able to get the goal and break the shutout, but you're still down by 4. That one's going in though.
What a
down by 3. Good score by Bobby. I was gonna say that's probably what he needs to after all the misfortune he had with that one hit. Gets a really good hit back here and gets another goal. It's not impossible for SVSU to get 3 goals 38 seconds. They just got to be like West Virginia and get these quick, really good kickoff goals. And they're right back in the game. But still, after game 1, you got to be thinking to yourself, man, what happened,
Right. A couple things to be said is that, this game's still very winnable. It's going to be tough. But the most important takeaway from this is even if you lose, you can't be letting yourself get down.
Yeah.
You gotta fight those mentality battles, and that's what's gonna make a victor here.
So there's a lot of good offense there from SVSU off that kickoff, but they just weren't able to get it in. West Virginia's defense stood strong. Now coming down 10 seconds.
Pass over, sends it back. University of West Virginia is gonna be taking your game too, even with this breakaway.
Yeah, and that perhaps would have went in. They have more time, but West Virginia taking a very dominant game too. 5-2, I believe, right?
Yes, 5-2.
So now the series is tied up. Yeah, if you're West Virginia, you probably are feeling pretty good right now, too. You're probably thinking, able to get back that win from game 1. Game 1 is, fairly close, and it seems like they cleaned up their game here, able to get those kickoff goals we were talking about, and I feel like that's what really made a difference for them this game. But
yeah, definitely. You got to prevent those kickoff goals, and this is honestly, like I just said, it's going to be a game of who can keep their mentality high. Because these are quite, I can't say they're quite evenly matched teams. I have no credence to be able to say that one way or another yet. I've only seen them play 2 matches.
Yeah.
And both of them have been enigmas. So, interesting to see what's going to go forward. I think mentality is what's going to decide this one.
We'll see if any team here is able to rally, take this lead in the series.
Pass back to Near. You see Camo stalling this one to give some time for rotation. Just pop it up off that corner. Going to be found by Jaro. Jaro into the mid. Is almost able to get it past Bobby. Bobby's able to meet a 50. There's going to be a pass over to Bobby. Near's going up for it. Probably going to try and go one more. They wait for the slow shot. Get it. Camo looking for a double tap. Doesn't quite get it.
Jaro, bench off the wall. Gets a pass Near with no boost.
Back to Bobby. But a 50.
Camo's going to be there to receive this. Trying to pinch it. Still with it now. Camo with no boost to follow up. So
Bobby brings it next. Yeah, all of SVSU having no boost. This is a very dangerous situation to be in. especially when a ball is slow rolling towards your own net like that.
Yeah, you see Near kind of had to go out of position a little bit to get that boost to make that play.
And that was a very awkward aerial
Ooh.
save from Fargo. Very fantastic save.
Yeah,
Fantastic
nice
shot from Near.
Yeah.
Jaro's going to be meeting it, looking for a pinch over. Does get it across the midfield, but nobody crashes on a goal that quick.
Near.
A little bit of a flick pass. Near realizing he kind of was losing that one.
Ooh. Nice play to try and cross it over, but just in the corner right now for SVSU. Near trying to contest that, but I think Mune waited him out. Went down the right side now, West Virginia. Trying to pass this one over. Bobby, though, is going
Bobby
to get
meets
out.
it. Once again, no
Hard
boost
play.
from SVSU. And they're just getting chased around. They're a very stalemated game right now. Lots of back and forth. We see
Fargo,
Bobby.
though.
This is going to be a... Did you say Frog?
No, I said Bobby.
Oh.
No, Frogboy is C team. What do you mean?
Well, that's why I was like, hey, man, not yet.
Not
Anyway,
until like 10, right? Or something.
yeah. Bobby bumping up
Yeah.
Jaro. Fargo's going to meet this one, but Bobby's going to send it back over a little too far from Mune. Is heading towards SVSU's corner. This could be a shot opportunity. They got to get it away. Jaro with a shot.
Save from
Save from
Near.
Near.
Yeah, I was going to clear too.
He's going to look to get it on top of his car. Does
Got
get the
past
flick.
one. I was going to be there to receive it with Fargo.
Demo on Fargo. Bump on a second man.
Oh, but the third man, Mune, comes in to save the day for West Virginia. Still beyond net.
And it
Score!
scores.
Camo!
BSU taking a lead. Very important mentality and momentum shifter to be able to take your first lead of the series. Well, not first lead of the series, but first initial lead. You know.
Yes. You got to give credit, though, to Bobby for that demo and that bump to cause that whole scenario to happen where Camo gets that shot in net and no one's there. You know, kind of jumbles up the defense, even for a quick second. And that's usually how offense, is able to succeed.
Let's see what Bobby can do here. He's going to send it into the corner, try and find a challenge with Jaro. It does. It's going to fall down in off the side wall. Jaro meets it forward. Going for it.
Ooh.
Off that corner
To the
post.
corner, yeah.
They do love that corner. They've been hitting that left corner many times. Camo with a
Camo.
fake challenge. Pass to Near.
Near. But Jaro read that. Able to get it out of the way.
This is going to be back off that back wall again.
Camo.
Score!
Scores! Bar down. Camo. 2-0 in game 3 here for SVSU.
And this is exactly that bounce back that I was talking about.
What a shot.
I know. Everything here. Beautiful shot. Now I'm about to discredit it by saying they're not doing anything too fancy this game.
No.
I don't need them to do anything too fancy.
Oh,
They're playing really consistently, and that's what we want.
exactly. No, I mean, good pass from Bobby, and Camo just able to find room somehow in the middle of the field with two West Virginia players right around him.
And this is a series of passing. You see, most goals have been passing plays where the ball drops right down onto the shooter, and it goes so astronomically fast, you just have no chance of saving it.
Yeah, and when these plays happen so fast, it's just like, take your guess on where the ball's going and just, say a quick prayer.
It's
Maybe
like
you'll
hockey in
block
a lot
it.
of ways. Going to be back into the SVSU corner. Near meets this one. Going to play a 50 off of Fargo. It's going to be a 50 in West Virginia's favor, except Camo's going to go off this back wall, pass to Near. Got to have some great communication here in the esports room right now. I can only imagine.
I imagine they're rallying after these 2 goals, too.
I like that, the way you said that. Near sending it back down. He gets past 1. Has 7 boosts. Tries to feather it. He
Able to
does.
get a little hit on
Yeah.
it for Camo, but Camo's
Wow.
going to pinch it off the wall.
He's going to be over towards the West Virginia defensive min. Demo on
Got a
Jaro.
demo.
Mune back over. This is going to be Near sending it back to Bobby, who gets it
Bobby
past.
gets it through.
Score!
Score! Yes, sir! Once again, this all starts from that demo. I was holding my breath too, and Bobby just barely able to get that shot off over the West
see
Virginia
some-
defender.
We see some wall dashes of celebration as the camera zoomed in on Bobby.
Exactly. I mean, you got to be happy. You're going 3-0. It's only 44 seconds left. You just got to survive this kickoff, I feel, and lock in for defense for a few seconds, and you got game 3.
Absolutely. And wall dashes are so
Save.
spammy. They happen so quickly. So whenever I see him after a goal, it looks like the car's just going, yes!
Well, there's some emotion behind that.
There's some motion. Jaro meets it in the midfield. This looks like it might be free. but Bobby with the save.
avoiding the demo or bump from Mune.
Yeah, having to play very geometrically there to try and dodge all the shapes coming at you.
Yeah, and still be in position to make a save. Very nice.
SVSU going to be taking your game 3 here. Series 2-1. SVSU is now at a game point where officially every game is a must-win. We're going to be entering game 4. Every game is a must-win for University of West Virginia. If SVSU wins, they'll be moving on to the second round of nationals.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly where we want to be for SVSU. You kind of able to get that game 1 win, which, you know, in the past, I don't think we say it, but, you know, A-Team is not very good at those game 1s usually, historically speaking, but they're able to get that game 1 win, and now look at where you're at. 3 games in, you got the 2-1 lead, and now, you know, I'm not saying the pressure's off, but you have this game, and you know that as well. As long as you play good, you're under less pressure than West Virginia is right now. So great position to be in here to go into the next series, hopefully.
Absolutely. Game 3 is one of the most important games in a 5-game series. I mean, if you lose 2 games in a row, that could be your last game. But even so, say we had our offsetting wins like we did, where it's 1-1. That's an important game to take the momentum into your best of 3 series. Or now it's just SVSU wins, or West Virginia has to win too. And it could be, I don't know, especially with the score. The score deficit, you know, SVSU scoring 3, and then West Virginia not being able to crack the goal in that game 3. That would hurt my momentum, and I can definitely understand the struggle that may be going through it.
Especially considering West Virginia's goals in the second game. They have, what, 5 or 6, I believe?
Yeah, very,
5, but
very drastic turnaround. We'll see what they can do to respond here in game 4.
Playing this one slow as Mune off the kickoff. Might have had a shot opportunity, but not enough boost to make anything happen, so elected to wait.
We see Mune sending it back in for mid, just kind of playing possession here. Nier's going to get forward, going after it with no boost. Doesn't really get much of anything, but we'll see what they can get here.
Bobby save. Oh, Bobby misses and Fargo scores. For West Virginia, it's 1-0.
That's got to hurt. That's got to hurt. You feel for him on plays like that.
It wasn't
no
even
boost.
a miss, just wasn't able to get enough boost.
There's no boost, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because he was being caught directly during his 100 boost circle that he's driving, trying to get into that corner boost.
Yep.
Just didn't have it. Nier almost getting a good double touch here. Off the post, it's going to go down.
Fargo scores again. 2 quick ones from West Virginia as they get that elusive kickoff goal. We've seen that one before. That was a great first shot. Just goes off the crossbar.
Yeah, definitely. If I were in SVSU shoes, I would honestly be hoping that it bounces off the crossbar and keeps its momentum going forward past the goal.
Yeah, or that someone isn't ready to shoot it off the kickoff, but lo and behold, we said it before, West Virginia's probably practicing these kickoff goals pretty well, or at least have got these down to a T throughout the season.
It's very important. It's going to see Nier coming up. Almost gets it. Saved by Jaro. Really good save. Reactionary. There's going to be Nier off the post.
Not able to get a great shot off it. It's coming at it from a bad angle. No boost too. Doesn't help.
Fargo looking for another touch. Maybe he was going for not quite a double tap, but just trying to get it in the goal there. Nier doesn't get it past one. This could drop down in, bump on an SVSU player. Playing it pass back to Fargo. Nier passing over to Bobby.
No, he misses that shot. Now Camo's on the back foot, getting it out of harm's way, thankfully. Stops that opportunity from West Virginia, but they're still on the attack here, going in the corner. Mune misses that one, but Fargo trying to put a shot. I think he tried to put it wide. Too wide, though. Who's Camo?
Camo getting bumped away. Jaro sends this one back towards SVSU's net. It's got to be Bobby.
Good hit there. Ooh, bump right there. Jaro still with the flip reset.
Demo.
Set up for someone.
Save from Nier.
Good save from Nier.
Getting sent back. Jaro going for... Wow, I just got to talk about that for a second. Jaro going to pick up that 100 boost, and his teammate going here, take an air dribble.
Yep. Camo, broken up by Fargo in front of the goal line there.
SVSU getting some really good offensive opportunities, just needing to find a way to get it past that defender. Ooh. Thinking maybe some more demos. That was probably about the fastest you can go without getting demoed.
Yeah. Hefty bump right there. Fargo clearing it away from Nier shot attempt.
Good recognition from Camo that he was beaten there. See Bobby on a challenge. I don't like what I see here.
I was gonna say, yeah, what's going on here? What is going on, 18? Lock in, come on. We need positioning back. They're all in the same spot.
Getting it past first man. He's going to meet a second man with full boost. 50. That's going to be in the favor of SVSU. Shot saved by Fargo.
Fargo was just...
Bump on Fargo. He's going to be sent back in. SVSU loves to find themselves in that left side midfield a lot. Somebody's going to be going up for this. Going to be Bobby looking for a double. Bobby, triple, maybe? Camo?
Score! Camo. Man, I was worried about that shot from Camo too, because I'm thinking Jaro was right there, but Jaro going down wasn't able to jump up, you know, quick enough to save that one.
Everything about that play was quite broken, I'll admit. Yeah,
Yes.
Thinking Bobby had the double tap, didn't have the positioning for a triple tap that time. He's going to be heading back towards SVSU goal. Scores.
There's Jaro, my bad. Once again, the kickoff. And just Jaro just right in the right position to receive that from near.
There's got to be something missing. There's something that I'm missing. Something missing here.
Wait, is there something missing?
I think there's something missing.
I don't know, but it's SVSU needs to lock in on the kickoffs.
Definitely, the kickoffs are where West Virginia's not all, but like 90% of their goal scoring opportunities have come from.
I'd say majority, at the very least. Just being able to get set up and have moves
Mune off the corner, sending it back towards Jaro. Jaro with maybe an intentional whiff, but I wouldn't want to send it back past my goal line, so we'll see.
Oh.
Good bump there on Jaro. Camo gets a 50 in. This is going to be stalled. Bobby brings it down.
Bobby, no way! What a goal!
Spiking it down. I mean, just what an absolutely nutty goal. Fargo with a really good save to get it off the back wall, but Bobby's just perfect placement and is able to get a second one back in. Now it's a 1-goal deficit again. A little under a minute and a half to go.
I was holding my breath so hard when I saw that he got that 50 hit, that read just coming down like that. That is such a great goal to get here. You definitely need that for your SVSU. 3-2 going into the final minute. See what happens.
Good play with Near hitting it off Camo there. You see Fargo, a little bit of a fight here. Camo off the wall.
Oh, but Jaro, it goes off the post.
And it's going to be back. SVSU committed a lot of resources to that. They have to get a very quick turnaround. Can't blame them for committing a lot of resources to that.
Yeah, Jaro popping it up in the middle kind of saved SVSU to get some time, kind of respond, get some boost.
This is going to be back off the post. Jaro.
Ooh. Camo gets it
may
cleared.
have had that angle. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for a passing play here. Fargo.
Oh,
Bobby.
Man.
Bobby's just waiting as third man. Fargo comes in with the heat of the sun.
That might be one of the most brutal bumps I've ever seen.
Off the post again.
Oh, no. So close. To Near. Oh, no boost. The boost to get it.
And these are the situations that SVSU is going to want back.
They're getting so close to this tying goal. Comes Camo now in the corner. He's getting chased by Fargo though.
The dying seconds of the game.
This is a good
Near sends
opportunity
it back
for Near.
in. Jaro dodging a demo.
Oh no,
Over.
Bobby no boost.
Camo sends it back up. Near picks up a boost. This is their last attack. We'll see what they can do. Camo fighting desperately, or Near fighting desperately for a demo, and that looks like it's going to be going into a game 5 here in round 1 of nationals. What a nerve-wracking moment. I mean, never say never, but yes,
there it is.
There it is.
That is so devastating because SVSU was so close to getting that tying goal there in that last minute so many times, but we're going to game 5, Thomas.
Yeah,
it has been back and forth this whole series. Exactly, just SVSU, West Virginia, SVSU, West Virginia.
And this being the closest game in the entire series.
Yeah, it really, this almost went to overtime. So.
And you got to think that this game is very confusing because, I mean, there was that kickoff goal where Bobby had no boost, wasn't able to react. There was so many goal line saves where it was just kind of a cluster of 6 cars diving in at once, and it managed to not go in the goal. And there's a lot of scoring that was left on the table in this match from both ends.
I think something you've seen though is that if SVSU is able to get that kickoff under control, that leaves them in an ultimately better position to take this game here. And that might be the deal breaker for SVSU or West Virginia here. And yeah, this has been a great series, regardless of what's happened.
Yeah, you've got to prevent them kickoff goals. Bobby off the back wall. We'll see who can get up here for it. It was a little bit of a hard pass. Near sending it back in. It's going to have to be Fargo. Is going to get sent back towards the mid of SVSU. Camo has time to send it away.
Good clear. And Bobby's going to receive this too. Boost. You got a little hit on it. It was Near now. Ooh.
Almost squeaks by in that corner.
Jaro
Near getting lots of bumps. Jaro still be able to recover. This is going to get sent over towards Fargo. He's got a shot here. Demo on Jaro. Near. Playing up off the wall. He's going to get it past Mune. Gets it off the ceiling. Gets a little bit of a flick off of it, but just not what he was looking for initially. Bobby sending it back in.
Ooh.
Very good save by Mune right there on the goal line. Definitely a close one.
Ooh,
Fargo. Mune. Yeah, they're playing very physical right now. Maybe those demo goals in game 3. Near got bumped into the save.
Bobby was just there too to take it out of Fargo's hands. Now got boost too. He's gonna try and make something happen.
With fake possession. Getting a decent 50. Gives some time to repossess.
Camo now with it.
Camo just trying to prevent that air dribble. That could have been a very dangerous air dribble spot.
Near
50 with Near to save. Bobby meets it. Forward. Fargo. This is going to be off the back wall. Dangerous spot. Camo's got to get it clear. He does. Over towards Mune, but Mune is over. Looking for a pass back to Camo, trying to draw out that last defender. I can see the vision.
Shot. Save from Bobby.
Near going up with no boost. Bobby replacing him.
That was like a shadow experience right there.
I know. It would have been funny if Bobby could have made a clip off of that too.
Camo waiting out the defender there.
A little bit of a stall ball here, playing a 50.
Might
be
see
Mune, maybe Fargo going for it. See what we got here.
Camo, full boost.
Off that back post, trying to drive him up.
Man, Near almost got the ball.
Towards Fargo.
Near got Jaro instead of the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, Near stealing that boost too at a critical moment.
Playing a lot of back and forth here in the West Virginia corner.
Near the bump.
Almost half the match played already. This match is flying by.
Yeah.
SVSU on a little bit of a back foot here. Mune looking for a counterattack. Tries to get on top of his car. Bobby meets it. See what we got here. This is going off that back post. Camo is able to get a clear off. Is it a pass to anybody? No, but Mune able to get a little bit of a catch over to Fargo. There's going to be met by Camo.
He played Camo to go up the wall there too.
Bobby sends it. Save. Almost gets another tap.
I know. It's Fargo now full boost. Got past Camo.
Bobby gets a good save. A demo would have been extremely dangerous there.
Near with a good clear there. Right back in though. Camo's going to have to receive this in the corner.
Yeah, send this back over. Tries to get it past first man. Jaro waits patiently. Tries to get that 100 boost on the way by. Doesn't.
Near trying to get out of there.
Very necessary 50. Mune had all the time in the world to shoot after that.
SVSU has virtually no boost right now. Gotta play it safe. Great clear from Camo. That's gonna buy them time. Jaro with no boost too has to make a
able to get another pass here.
Oh!
Bobby with a miss. Near. Never seen
we just saw the carcass of a car.
the frame.
Yeah.
We'll see what we got here. And Near's going to be playing a hard challenge. Camo's going to meet that one pass down to Bobby. Bobby off that back wall. Fargo meets it. Has good possession. Ooh. Near almost gets it over. There's going to be Camo with a 50. SVSU needs to get it back. I think Camo touched it there.
I think he did. I heard the sound effect.
And it changed color. Fargo popping it up. Bobby, very necessary. Fargo had a really good setup. Amazing first touch there.
Yeah, exactly. In that case, you don't even let him get the shot off. You just clear it to the side and hope whatever happens afterwards.
Entering the last 60 minutes of regulation. Save from Bobby. Shot from Jaro. Sent back in from Fargo. It's going to drop down. Met by Near. He has no boost. Sent
almost
to the
got
mid-wall.
Camo getting that full boost.
Popping it up, looking for that second touch. Doesn't quite get it.
Near
scores! 39 seconds.
Finally!
And after a scoring fest of kickoff goals, crazy reads, spikes, wall air dribbles, and we had a scoreless game for
over
4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Just insane for Rocket League, especially at this level. But nonetheless, just 1-0. Near gets the goal.
Entering the
and gets demoed too.
Yeah, Near landed right in the in that demo. They're playing for a quick turnaround here. Near save. Bobby gets bumped by his own teammate.
Flying across the wall.
Yeah. This is extremely nerve-wracking. Entering the last 19 seconds of regulation.
Camo, great clear. Still with it too.
Camo trying to fight it. Jaro. 10 seconds remaining in Fargo. Camo pops it up. We'll see what any teams can do here. Fargo trying to wait a 50, and this could be it. It's got to stay up in the air. SVSU wants to knock it down.
You hit the wall.
It's gonna hit the wall. We'll see what goes on here. It's not over until it's over.
Near.
SVSU
Yes!
wins your round 1 of nationals and is going to be moving on, playing a second match tonight. And wow, I cannot believe what I am seeing. We have SVSU Red taking the grand championship of Division 4 playoffs in the winter or in the fall semester, and then coming here overall placed second seed for both semesters. And then they come out, they get a good win in match 1. This is exactly what you want. I mean, taking it to game 5 is quite nerve-wracking, but there was a lot of things SVSU had to play off against. University of West Virginia had some very effective kickoff goals that were just almost impossible to save. And then there were some really good angles. I want to talk back to that double tap that I believe Fargo had in match 2, where he was in the top left corner, and there was just an impossible angle to make that shot, and even more impossible angle to make the save. And there's so many things that SVSU had to play against, and University of West Virginia played very well. They played very physical. We saw so many bumps and demos and everything, and this was a hard-fought battle.
This is a nail biter. And, how do you stop kickoff goals, right? You stop kickoffs from happening, and that's kind of what happened in game 5. There's only 2 kickoffs. The one that opened the match and the one after Near's goal at 39 seconds.
Now that all's said and done, I can admit, and I can put it out there, that I was terrified that after Near scored that goal in game 5, that there was going to be an immediate kickoff goal. I'm not even talking like first 5 seconds. I was waiting for it to be a pinch off of the 2 kickoffers straight into the SVSU net.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was a nerve-wracking game. It was really weird. Yeah, you see, a lot of that offense from West Virginia came from those kickoff goals, but you kind of saw that once they weren't able to get some of those kickoff goals, SVSU's kind of consistency in goal scoring pretty much beat them on most of those occasions. And, well, they did. 3-2, but, you run the series back, West Virginia might win it, But
I've got to give some extra credit, some kudos to Bobby in this series. Bobby has played a lot of last man and a lot of defensive men throughout the entirety of the season.
Yes.
There was a lot of times where we saw him making the saves, and occasionally he would score, but there was many series where we would talk to the guys after, and he's like, man, I felt like I was on defense the entire time. And so it's extremely satisfying and awesome to watch Bobby, I can't say come out of his shell because he's been here for so long. He's the big veteran out of all of them.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's come out of his shell, and it's not even trying something new. I don't know what terminology to use, but it's good to see him not be third man the entire time and able to get some good rotations in, because we saw some scary goals from him. The pop-up.
The pop-up one, or the one where he got the demo and the bump that just resulted, I think, in a camo goal.
Exactly.
I mean, that was insane. It's like, that is exactly what you need from your first offensive man on any team. To go cause chaos in front of the net, stop the defenders from doing their job, make sure your teammates can get a shot off, it's clean, and goes through. So.
And by no means I want to sell the other players of SVSU Red short. Near and Camo also showed up extremely well. I feel like there were some minor mistakes, but all 3 of these players brought their best game tonight, and that's exactly what you have to do when you're in nationals.
You can tell too, just watching Camo throughout the whole series. He's like a mind reader when it comes to where are these clears and where these passes are going, and all these the saves he would make where he you're probably thinking why is he doing this? Why is he trying to read the shot? But he reads it perfectly every time. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I mean, great series here. I don't know if we're going directly into this next game for A-Team, or if there might be a little bit of a break. But regardless, this has been one crazy series to watch. And you know what? A-Team finally got a win in Game 5 too.
I know.
We went to Game 5. It's funny too because Div 4. It's not Div 3 anymore. But finally getting that win in Game 1 too.
Mm-hmm.
That win in Game 1, I feel like does a lot for your motivation there to your momentum really to take that serious and keep on going. But yeah,
I mean, with that being said, absolutely fantastic series. GG's to both teams. GG's to SVSU Red, GG's to
West Virginia.
University of West Virginia. And we are going to be off until we find out when the next match is, so we're going to ask you guys to be looking out for the notification that we go live again, and we will be back with you shortly. Thank you so much for enjoying this first wonderful match. We have more to come, guaranteed at least one more to come, whether it's A-Team, C-Team. At some point we'll have something going on, some crazy stuff. But
yeah, perhaps we might be able to get some news on B-Team's first match at the very least. So.
But the country roads have taken us home, and I think it's time for us to go to intermission.
Yeah, stick around. We'll be back.
We will see you soon.